게임은 재밌으면 된다니까?
불멸의 전사 2.
We're back! The CrossFinal! Yay! We got new outfits, Artosis.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think we need to get back to our cubicles right now.
Yeah? Well, I mean, at least it's not as bad as last night's 2 beards, 1 mic fiasco in the vest. Like,
that's pretty good.
I mean, let me tell you, man. Oh, thank God
2 beards, 1 mic.
I don't have some big, weird-looking beard. I'm not like holding the mic. I'm like,
Wolf and Tasteless casting Chewbacca and another Chewbacca.
Well, that's certainly what it sounds like.
It's kind of nice.
Goes in the mouth, like, whoa!
I'm like, gee.
All right, so
we had hand mics last night.
No, I know. I saw that.
I don't need to work out this arm for a while, man. That was a long cast.
Yeah.
And then I tried holding it with my left hand for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the best way to hype the final when Maru won would be to JJ, and then you drop the mic from a standing position onto the floor.
Rest in peace.
That would have been perfect.
Headphone users.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the second half of the quarterfinals here. The quarterfinals, the round of 4. It's going to be a TVZ, TY versus Dark.
Yeah.
I think this should be a little bit closer.
Oh, this is going to be a really good
Stats
match.
versus Zest looked like a little bit weird, but that happens with teammate versus teammate. Let's see how this one goes. Frankly, between these two guys, I don't really mind whoever goes forward.
Yeah, no, either way, it's really good. A good matchup against Stats. I actually kind of want Dark to do it and see the rematch of SSL Finals. I think that would be really good.
Actually, no, I want the GSL guy to go on.
Oh, yeah?
For purely selfish purposes.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. Either way,
it'll still be a good finals no matter what.
But yeah, Dark against TY. They had just an amazing match in Pro League semi-recently.
Yeah.
Dark did end up winning it, but like TY mistimed one thing just barely that cost him the game in the long run, but it was still like close and a good game. And I hope that we just see a whole bunch of that. I think that this can be very, very close. I mean, their skills are pretty comparable. So, looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, me too. Any idea what the score is going to be? What do you think? Oh, hold on. Quiet.
전태양이 꿈꾸던 그 결승전 드디어가 다가온다. 신념이간의 기다림 걔는 포기하지 않았으리라. 우승을 향해 전태양 앞에 주소는 그냥 도끼일 뿐입니다. 인구수가 없으니까 생산을 못하면 뭘로 만나요.
This is going to be a cool match.
Yeah, TVZ, I mean, it's so much fun right now.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But no, I really don't know which way that this is going to go. Dark has had more time to prepare because he wasn't in the Pro League Finals, so
that's true.
I kind of give him the edge over the tournament overall. But
and of course, morale at KT not too good after getting wrecked by Janair.
I look at TY's records, by the way. Undefeated against Terran and Zerg, and then 8 losses against Zest.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly, but close enough.
Close enough. A lot of losses to Zest there. Some of them wins. TY, I've been passing this guy since I first got to Korea 8 years ago. Formerly known as Baby. Not a baby anymore, Artosis.
Certainly not. But he's a complete badass at this point. Whereas Dark, this guy's been around since very early on in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, and he is a terrifying Zerg. He's really got some of the most intimidating late game. You know when a Zerg's really good, when you can't even quite tell what they did in the late game to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just seem to have more and cut you off at every corner. And
he is a meta changer as well. He changed the entire metagame of ZVP, threw it on its head, in fact, with that Baneling drop type of style. He has historically used a lot of Corruptors against Terran. just kind of this is a more tanky anti-medevac unit, and now that Liberators are out, that's definitely something he's going to have to remember as well.
Dark versus TY, 6-3 as far as match history goes.
Yep. Pretty close, really, when you look at it, right? They actually did 2, matches that weren't best of 1. That one went each way, and I mean, obviously Dark has more wins overall, especially thanks to those Pro League wins, but at least that round 2 when I remember the entire game, I can replay in my head because it was so damn good. Really, really close one there.
Dusk Towers is where it's going to start. I do think TY has developed more as a Terran player since these guys last fought. I think he's really a tough opponent.
He's a tough cookie.
He's a tough cookie, my friend. But he's very good at maneuvering. I mean, the ways he was outmaneuvering Zest back there were pretty impressive. And that's definitely how you want to beat a Zerg, is by kind of giving them too many balls to juggle.
Yeah, and that's what he's going to go for. But he's a tough cookie. Dark is the cookie monster. Okay?
Yes, you might be right.
He has just fantastic defense, multitasking off the charts. He's so good defensively in this matchup that he's going to have to drop a ball for TY to take it, I think.
You might be right. Let's see, guys. This is the second half of the round of 4. The winner goes on to face off against Stats. TY versus Dark. Terran versus Zerg. In our very first ever cross-final here at Africa TV. In the bottom left, in the blue, second place in the GSL Code S.
KT 로스터 TY.
And in the upper, in the red, the player who changed Zerg forever in StarCraft 2.
SK텔레콤 T1 다트.
And here we are.
Here we are, Tosis.
I just really hope that we have a bunch of macro games in here.
Some Dark support here. Come to the dark side.
Well, there can only be 2, and Stats is one of them already.
That's true.
Stats is the only player here that kind of feels a little bit out of place, right? These other 3 were okay, you guys are all the best of your race, And then Stats okay, yeah, no, you're one of the best Protoss for sure.
Stats are also pretty damn good.
Yeah, you're really good, Stats, but are you the same level?
Some support for TY here.
Yeah, quite a full crowd here today.
Yeah, guys, those of you in the studio, welcome here. Let's leave this camera on him for a little bit longer. Let's
let's just bring up a small camera of him in the bottom right. Let's cover up the mini map with it to just annoy the viewers too.
Chat's going crazy.
Yeah. It's just that guy. He's feeling really awkward. He sees it, and eventually he just gets up and tries to switch seats, but the camera follows him.
The camera follows him. He starts walking out. The camera guy gets up and is following him into the parking lot.
Eventually, he's running away, and the camera guy's chasing him. It's one of those shaky cams.
Suddenly becomes the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He's in the train. We're down there. He's scared. Stay away from me!
that would be way better than the mini map.
Yeah, that's way better.
We need the mini map.
So, funny story time. I think we talked about this a long time ago, but it's a story worth telling again. So this guy on Twitch tried to stream himself playing StarCraft. Now, if anybody who's tried to stream before, I mean, it's not the hardest thing to do in the world, but it's also, you can mess it up pretty easily. You can mess up an overlay. So he didn't have his camera minimized to a corner of the screen, and so instead of being able to see the game, he could only see his face zoomed in, full screen. And so this guy started getting a ton of viewers. He didn't know because I don't think he had a second monitor. It was tabbed out. There was no way. So he gets all these people watching him, only to discover that there's a ton of people just watching his face and trying to figure out, because they can only see part of the mini-map, trying to figure out if he was winning and what is he trying to do.
I'm sure there's a clip out there someone can
Yeah, it's so funny, man.
It was a pretty funny thing for sure.
You got Hellions coming out here.
Yeah.
Bypassing the Overlord.
Quick Zergling speed and Overlord speed, much as Dark likes to do. He likes to get that scouting on, no doubt. Looks like a third base going to be on the way, and a Banshee coming up for TY. So some Hellion. No, he cancels the Banshee. All right. Goes for a Liberator instead here. No, cancels Liberator, goes back into the Banshee. This is a little bit indecisive, I have to say.
Here comes Dark, getting full vision of what's going on over here. And it is going to be a Banshee committal with Cloak on the way here. The Roach Warren starting right now for Dark.
Okay,
and a bit of an uneventful poke over here.
Yeah, the Speed Overlords are actually doing a really great job for him right now. He's able to tell exactly what's going on. Like, you know, obviously if he sees anything too out of the ordinary, he can go up into a Spire attack or, you know, get earlier spores or, you know, a huge amount of Zerglings. But as is, with this much scouting going on where he has 100% intel on absolutely everything TY is doing, he can play extremely comfortably.
So the Banshee is coming out. It's going to be a Liberator next, not a second Banshee.
You think you'll let Cloak finish?
I think you should. But what do you think, actually?
Well, he's making...
You know, the thing is, he knows it's coming, but I don't know. The thing is, for that much gas...
You can...
You know, Cloak's not going to get you a lot of... Okay, he did cancel it. Tosis, you're a genius.
Well, I mean... The
thing is, though, you don't get a lot of equity out of that Cloak later on. You're like, oh,
yeah,
wait a minute. Like you are only going to be making Liberators and Medivacs.
If you were going for more than one Banshee, the Cloak makes a lot more sense, and especially if you had any inclination to, you know, go for a mech-type build, Banshees can be very good with that, but especially with it being so scouted, there was really not as much of a need. Now, we do have an armory on the way. Oh, look at this. Concussive shells right off the bat. He's going mech. This concussive shells is actually fake stim, is what it is. So he's going to cancel that out and just go into mech play here, and that is a very powerful way to play on Dusk Towers. You know,
we could be in for a super long game. This is one of the maps where you can actually cut it in half, like now, really effectively.
Look at this. Dark, very smart. Here, this is why he goes Speed Overlords. He's not going to be tricked at all today. All right, sees another Starport. That he knows absolutely everything. Huge, huge deal here for Dark to have these Speed Overlords being able to scout this. Now, this should be a very long game. I don't think Dark is going to be able to kill TY for quite a long time, and same vice versa, because Dark has this intel.
So it's really important to note here, the center of the map is the only point of circulation from the upper right to the bottom left. I mean, there's a lot of open area elsewhere, but since there's this one point of required travel in order to get from point A to point B as far as the two sides of the map go, to just cut that off and then force the Zerg to expand to the bottom right, and then you know, you can do drops there because you're Terran. That's always a doable thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart, and Zergs have a tough time with this. So a lot of Zergs, when they deal with this, want to try to end this, like, as we begin to enter the late game, but before Terran has mech strong enough to necessarily cut that off.
Yeah. You know, Dark is one of the only Zergs, rather, that I would trust going, like, extreme late game against something like this. You know, because TY will cut the map in half if he does not end up killing him earlier than that, and going for like a pure Sky Terran probably type of situation. Now, pretty nice move here. He should be able to get the cancel the entry here.
Now these Roaches are going to have a hard time leaving. This was actually a little bit of misplay here from Dark to actually even try to get those Lings in there from behind. The moment the Liberators went up and the Hellbats are there, you should know you probably can't do that.
Yeah, Liberator range on the way. In fact, I believe that's Banshee speed on the way as well. Yeah, so that's really cool to end up seeing Banshee speed. Definitely something that with this type of style, some Terrans have used this style already. TY is not inventing this on the fly. Several Terrans have used it, but like he's going to be able to harass so much. He's going to be very mobile with this air army, and Dark has to do this just right. He's making Corruptors right now. He's probably going to need some Vipers and Infestors in there as well.
I know he's apprehensive about actually planting the Liberators because of the Corrosive Bile there. So he's done a very good job keeping that mobile, and he's actually taking out a great amount of Overlords. And there is that Corrosive Bile. Corruptors now come out.
Yeah, more and more Corruptors, in fact, now, enough to chase everything back and get a couple kills on these Liberators.
Once you get enough Corruptors out with this mech style of play, the Terran has to immediately retreat. It's not like when they have Marines, they can kind of stim and get under there and do some targeting and turn the game on its head. In this case, it's actually like you just get the right number and Terran goes.
Yeah, the flying anti-air of Terran, though, overall, is going to end up being better in a lot of ways. It's Parasitic Bomb is going to be the one thing that really can equalize there. But, yeah, I mean, he's just going to want to mass up even more with Vikings mixed in there with those Liberators, so pretty cool. And look at that. The Speed Banshee upgrade, man, makes him so fast.
And with his Speed Banshees, what's funny about this is he can get in there, do damage, and then just run away.
Outrun the Corruptors, that's for sure. He's getting that cloak here as well. Actually going to get it this time.
Unfortunately, losing 3 Banshees there, that's pretty huge, considering they only bruised that producing hatch.
All right, he is pushing in towards this 4th base. This is really, really annoying for Dark. He does need to get as much economy as is possible. Now, very good move here by these Corruptors. Going to pick off a couple Liberators here, almost for free.
Yeah, and he's going to wipe out the ground army. I got to say, Dark, I think, is playing a lot better here. I like what TY is doing, but whatever Dark is doing, it's working. So we see, looks like the push happening here in the mid. He wants to try to cut this off. Don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, this is, like, he's going to be able to push through, get rid of these turrets. These turrets were a little bit early, and TY has been a little bit sloppy.
Well,
like, losing those Speed Banshees, that wasn't very good. He wasn't completely set up, lost a bunch of Liberators to Corruptors.
He had to pick one. You either hold that position in the middle, or you attack. You can attack and then try to take this later.
Yeah. Well, I think from here, we're going to see TY turtle up quite a bit. He's going to have to get a much higher supply than what he's at, because right now, Dark does have that advantage. He's making some Vipers. Those are already out. Lots of Corruptors on the map. Great upgrades going for Dark as well. So he has potential to do something here, but turtled up TY, not likely to take that damage.
Yeah, but remember, guys, if he's going to go mech, he needs to cut that map in half. The more mobility that Zerg has, the better the Zerg is going to be in this situation. And by the way, Dark getting almost to the point of maxing out here.
Yeah, he's getting super close at the moment. 4 Overlords for drop being more. That's kind of interesting. Looking forward to seeing exactly what's in there. Could be doing something like Zergling drops to just wreck everything in that main base. You know, this is all flying units. It's hard for Liberators to go back and deal with any sort of drop.
Yeah, Liberators aren't super fast. For now, and of course you can always get them out of position, and you need the liberation zones to actually control that middle area too, so to dislodge them is pretty huge.
By the way, Tasteless, look at that. A lot of command centers coming up right now, a lot of missile turrets as well. TY is really turtling his part of the map right now, wants to make sure he gets into exactly what he wants here, and just continuing this harassment with the Banshees.
Like the Infestor here. That'll definitely pay up later if you can catch those Banshees with Bungle. Mass Slings being produced. I think we are going to see an attack pretty soon here. A lot of upgrades finishing right now for Zerg as well.
Yeah, and look, I love this Ling drop. TY doesn't have a full turret ring in his main base, so if he gets a good Ling drop off here, that's really annoying. He's going to have to bring his Banshees back. He does have some Hellions and whatnot, but you can slow him down. These Lings don't mean much for Dark. He's not hurting for minerals. Not really hurting for anything being maxed out, I guess.
We're now hitting the late game, where it gets kind of interesting. I mean, Zerg has to really face the fact that Terran can now, instead of spending all of his money on attacking units, can start spending his money on static defensive structures.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the scary thing for the Zerg, is because, okay, Banshee's coming in into this. Don't know where the Corruptors are right now, but I believe they're headed over there to the bottom right. But that expansion was killed.
Yeah, this is a nice denial there by TY, and he can get out of there so quickly. This is, I love this play with the Banshees.
Very good splitting there.
But look at this. Dark is actually moving up his own spores as well, realizing, okay, you have almost no ground units here. And in fact, if he were to make ground units, they would blow up pretty quickly, because Dark has great upgrades on these Zerglings.
Oh, this is not good, though. Nothing to attend those turrets.
Yeah. Brings up those Liberators, but maybe a little bit late on that. These Zerglings have already done some good work. Tons of upgrades just all over the place. This is definitely the way you want to play against type Terran. And oh man, this drop is now coming a little bit late. It looks like that turret ring is completed.
And he's actually just backing the turret ring up. He's going to scan and take out these creep tumors a little bit later on.
Yeah,
and that drop is going to come in right now.
I see that and I just get a smile on my face. I'm like, look how well defended that main is. Oh, this drop is not going to be cost efficient.
I go to late game every game. Oh no.
Oh, well.
This is not good, Artosis.
No, he's going to definitely wreck this pretty quickly.
Wow, just one-shotting these Overlords.
Ouch. Okay, now a lot of Vipers on the way. This is really cool. Like, this is kind of reminding me of Beal trying to fight through in the last couple Heart of the Swarm GSLs.
Yeah.
Where it was like the mech that we knew was a little bit like Imba, a little bit overpowered back then.
Yeah.
And Beal almost solved it all. He came very close to killing everybody.
Like right to the very end of it, and we're like, huh, I think we might see this develop, but then it was the next iteration of StarCraft.
Like if you gave him Parasitic Bomb back then, he would have beaten all the Terrans 100%. Now, can Dark break through this? Because TY is quite good at this. This looks scary. I'm not saying that it's like the mech that we saw at the end of Heart of the Swarm at all, but you know, like TY is getting exactly what he wants, and we haven't seen enough games like this to know exactly how Zerg breaks this properly.
Well, we do have a Nidus network, by the way, in this game. He's probably going to do a bunch of multi-pronged attacks. It's too bad that the turret defense is actually good enough to keep Mass Overlord drop problematic.
Well, with a Nidus, maybe you can just sacrifice one Overlord and pop one down to get some
that'd be
wings
worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the Terran's army is in air anyways, but not air that's necessarily that fast or quick.
Yeah, and moving Liberators over again to deal with, like, you know, Zerglings in your main base is not necessarily the most efficient way to do things. Look at this. Liberators just don't do as well against Zerglings. They do okay, but look at that.
Yeah, he's actually going to get it. Pretty sick.
Wow. Vikings all land, just trying to act like they're brave with that many Liberation zones over them.
They just don't want to be that Viking in that Heart of the Swarm cutscene that landed in front of that Ultralisk, man.
Certainly not.
You played Legacy of the Void single player yet?
Not yet.
Me too. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Multiplayer.
I'm going to do it relatively soon. Sometime in June, I think. Maybe not till October or November. I'm not 100% yet. We'll see. I'll let you know and give you updates when I'm there.
Please do. Okay, the upper left, you know, Terran is, we need to take control of that. Now remember, Terran mech'd, but also kind of with Sky Terran here as well. Yeah. It's almost like it's more Sky Terran, supplemented.
You're right. Mech is the wrong thing
units
to call it. Well, no one really goes ground mech against Zerg right now. It is all about the Liberators. So yeah, it is Sky Terran. You're quite right about that. That would be the more appropriate way to call it.
Now, the problem with Zerg facing off against the Sky Terran is the bottom right of the map is so accessible to drops, but especially just Liberators and Banshees coming in here and hitting the bottom right, which means Zerg in the late game can start to fall apart, while the Terran can't really be touched anywhere near as easily in the upper left.
Yeah. Oh, wow, look at this. He actually is going for the Nidus, but a bunch of Liberators are coming over and putting their Liberation zones on top of it, so that's kind of interesting. Now I guess he does just take it out right away. Now, one thing I do want to mention, we just saw Ghost Academy come up for TY. We haven't really seen this yet, but obviously against lots of Infestors and Vipers, which it seems that you're going to need to win this game, EMP and Snipe are both going to be really good.
Yeah, no, you're completely correct. He's going to try again over here. Fortunately, this is within range of the sensor tower. So immediately, Terran can come over here and stamp this out with ease.
All right, sets up some Liberation zones right there. Going to be able to clean that up. He is just throwing Niduses all over the place.
Problem is that it's just too easy for Terran to keep track of this. The strategy is too obvious. It's exactly what you need to do, and Dark is losing control of the bottom right. Yeah,
but look at this. We do get a Nidus up, and I think he's actually a little bit surprised of that even. He doesn't have any units come out of it. Well, that was up there for a long time. He could have easily streamed out a bunch of lings or something.
Seems like Dark might just trying to shave off the center location.
Yeah.
I mean, TY doesn't have full control of that. He's actually kind of pushed back. So
yeah,
he has the opportunity Dark does to run around that and then try to just avoid the Liberators all day.
TY definitely has been playing cleanup a whole lot here, running around with his entire Skyforce and doing what he can do. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, how does someone finish this game?
Well, ideally,
because eventually they are going to have to butt heads. Someone's going to have to push forward.
Terran is eventually going to try to dry up the Zerg, or at least delay the Zerg from mining from the bottom right. And then I think pushing by air.
Look at no! Look at him dodge him off.
Look at him. He's like Tom Cruise dodging those laser sights. There
needs to be a Nidus pop up. Wow.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, and he doesn't quite get the command center. That was, I mean, I guess that was a pretty good try by the Ultra. He dodged a lot there. That was really good.
He's like parkouring up the sides of ledges and stuff.
Yeah. You're right. Ultras should be able to jump up cliffs just like Reapers.
Yeah. I've been emailing the Blizzard about that all the time. I'm like, why can't my Ultras jump up ledges?
It's. I wish they still had that burrow chart.
I want Artosis, is I want my Ultra to be able to leap forward and then stun areas around it like a butt jump, like what ETC does or something like that. Yeah.
I actually want him to get little wasp wings like the Viper has and just fly around. I think that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
He can shoot out Zerglings instead of Broodlings. It'll be so great.
It's like I want that, and I want my siege tank in siege mode to hit air units too, because it looks like an artillery thing. I think it's not real enough, man.
I think they should make a giant
Zerg
Scourge, man.
He's gonna get the armor.
Wow,
look at this. Well, that's one way you do it. Can you get it in time? 5, 4, 3. Denied.
All right, this is very nice with these lanes. It's really efficient.
There's another Mission Impossible play there by the Zerg. They're like, I'm in position. Defusing the bomb. They cut the green wire.
Hey, we could get our Counter-Strike viewers over here.
That's right. Guys, you just defused bomb site B.
Yeah,
they're like, I get it now.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, look, guys, the ghosts have guns. They're like, okay, this game's all right with me.
Yeah.
They all have ops, in case you're wondering.
But are they skill shots? I'm like,
Do they no scope when they fire? I'm like, well, when TY plays, they only no scope. They're like, oh man, he must be pretty good. All right, Broodlords.
Okay,
oh my Broodlords.
I'm not surprised that he's trying the Broodlords. How is this going to work? He's going to have to hit a fungal on a ghost. The Broodlords, they have really good range, but so do Vikings. So do nuclear missiles.
Nuclear missiles.
I love that we're seeing nukes here.
Look out!
Now he's got to be careful with these infestors. Okay, this could just be a lot of nukes coming in. This is something that
what he does here is he cancels. It's a zoning strategy. Yeah. So basically what happens, if you want to get kind of into the fan fiction of what's going on here, is there's basically rockets being shot into space that are not landing back here and probably hitting innocent planets full of Ewoks and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's why we're never going to have a fourth race in StarCraft.
That's right.
All the Terran nukes floating around space.
Yeah, that's right. They just took out some other planet.
These budding civilizations don't have a chance.
All right, here we go. Send that one to Endor.
All right, well, a little bit of harassment all over the place. This is where you have such a teched out army that even a couple of units can go around and actually do some significant damage because you just don't have anything there. By the way, 6 starports on the way. Dark continues to just make a ton of static D.
Did he cancel the nuke on that? He didn't need to cancel that one. Those are buildings there.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to nuke him. Maybe he's a green Terran.
There you go.
And threatens with nukes, sends him into space. Let the sun eat those.
I do wonder, can I talk about something kind of in depth here, if we have time? Actually, we might not have time because I think Zerg's actually pushing.
Oh, I think we have time.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought he was pushing here.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen for a while.
If you think about the fact that it costs money to keep using these nukes positionally, I wonder if in the long run, since they're trying to get each other to mine out, if it's actually worth it. Because we see Terran players start to over-nuke, and it's like, whoa. You're spending minerals and gas every time you do that to something that actually doesn't necessarily do damage, but zones them out.
If you're getting damage, a little bit of damage with it, I think it can be okay.
Okay, he's sacking SCVs, guys.
Yeah.
This is where you want to free up supply. You're like, well, I don't need that many minerals. I have mules.
They're really working towards their ultimate compositions. And I believe we did see a couple Thors being made there as well. Kind of interesting. Look at this, now the Broodlings are doing kind of the same thing as the nukes. But he is pushing the creep back. This is one of the greatest ways to kill creep, is nuking it.
Yep. Here we go.
Watch that creep tumor. Done! Get out!
Get out, creep tumor!
Oh, that creep tumor doesn't even know.
He doesn't even know. It's such a try-hard tumor.
Oh, look at this tumor. He's trying to be made. Oh, you're not going to be made. Later, bro.
Wow, so this is just a nuke crawl here.
Yeah, it's a nuke push. Guys, get out and tell your friends we got a nuke push going on. Dark versus TY. This is not just some random couple of players.
You got to be able to see him to hit him. No more sensor tower for you. What are you scouting with Banelings? Scouting Banelings?
Why not? Yeah, I like it. And look, he gets a pushback.
It's the most baller Zerg thing I've ever seen. He's like, I scout with banelings. I'm like, what do you do when you found everything? He's like, I let him die.
Yeah.
I don't even like make him blow up on a turret.
The only thing more baller than that is getting a drop overlord and putting 2 ultras in it and sending that into scout.
That's right.
You don't even drop them out. You're just like, okay, let's see what's over here.
That's right, man. This is when you know I'm out of touch. I've got so many minerals and gas.
Well, I mean, Dark is there right now. Dark is there, my friend.
I think this SCV is going to get... No, he's okay. He was on the right side, the turret.
Tasteless.
What's up, man?
I think we're in for a long night.
I should have brought a sleeping bag to the studio. I had to get my my special caster pajamas, you know, like my little pajama blazer that I normally wear when I cast at home.
Totally, yeah.
All right, more scouting banelings.
Look at that. He's like, I need to make those Marines.
He's like, wait a minute. I can use these undestructible rocks somewhere else on the map.
That's great usage. He's going to get in there and want to build a command center. He can't. There's creep there. Banshees can't hit air.
Oh, Nidus network.
The banelings!
Look out! He could have used those to scout with.
All right.
Run, spores.
I don't know if this is the way to do it, man.
Well, he's gaining ground,
Shouldn't
right?
he just keep dropping in different spots and not trying to push through this area that doesn't have minerals?
I don't think he can
Let him
drop
out
right now.
Let him out! Let him out!
All right, there we go. Well, single file in Thor. I'm nasty. Wait, no, you're not. Like, you can't even kill this one Thor.
He got the reactor, or the tech lab, excuse me.
There you go. This is how you kill
This
buildings.
is how you do it.
Dark's got it, man.
Uh-oh.
All right, the nukes continue. Lurker Den is on the way. I wonder if he's just getting that just to... He wants the, what's it called? The award, the accomplishment.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, StarCraft gives you those. I don't really pay too much attention to it, but, like...
You've got them
You built all the techs! You have all the upgrades! And then the little portrait... My portrait, no.
Leonard he's them all.
Tasteless! I got all the upgrades!
2 a.m. He was like, Tasteless, I finally did it! Now I'm officially better than you! Ling's coming up here. And,
I want to see if he actually builds a lurker.
Just one lurker.
It just wouldn't make sense. Like, against all these flying, I don't think a lurker is really the key. It does have long range. A lot of Lings and Banes on the way. Bigger gang TY at the moment.
I think you said it had range.
It does.
Like, I don't know if it's going to help in this case. It's like
the lurker is a long-range
It can also burrow underground.
Yeah.
Only detectors can spot a burrowed unit. Try to avoid detection at all costs when using the lurker.
The gold is being taken by TY. Doesn't want to let him have that. Look at the income of TY. It's over 3,000 minerals a minute. That's crazy.
Look how many minerals and gas Dark has.
I think it's time for Dark to do something with these banelings.
Yeah, what is the deal? He just wants to try to get too close?
Yeah, I think so. Like, that's his zoning mechanism against the ghosts, and because they do splash, even if the ghosts are cloaked and sniping, you can still, like, reset them with the banes.
Okay, he's coming in now.
Yeah, I mean, this is really interesting to see him try this.
100 years war over here.
Yeah.
Of TVZ.
This is like the... Oh, man. The banelings roll in against these ghosts. Don't get a whole lot done, though.
Oh, there we go.
They made it through! Go! Keep going! Oh, wow, those parasitic bombs.
Banelings come back.
Those parasitic bombs wrecking those Vikings.
That was like a Scooby-Doo chase scene with those banelings, man.
A lot of, I mean, a lot of green everywhere. Blinding Cloud going down on some of these turrets to allow him to kill a lot of this air. Look at that. 14 Vikings queued instantly.
Okay, he's breached them.
But he is switching tech now. He's going into Ultras. Ultra Corruptor Ling right now.
I think Dark can do this.
He might be able to. He's losing a lot of those,
that's not good.
Ooh.
Fungal!
That's pretty good fungal, but
then
does it actually do anything?
Oh, get wrecked.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
Well, they deal a lot of damage when they get to do this. We almost never see this actually happen.
It's so rare.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Dark, though,
they can't do that to a Thor.
Yeah, they cannot. And now we got a good amount of corruptors just trying to hit hard here.
Yeah,
if he can overwhelm the Terran air,
the missile turret's really up and out, and the Thor as well.
Supply for Terran is pretty low.
Oh man, Dark is breaking through the Great Wall of Tai.
Look at this. He's done it. You can't resupply your army that fast. There's 24 freaking air units coming for Zerg, man. This is insane. He's actually just going to pump it up. There's actually no way for Terran to get enough air at this point in time. In the air versus air fight,
tough.
There's going to be too many corruptors. This is so sick.
He makes 14. He makes 14 Vikings at a time, and you can kite against those a little bit. So, hold on. All right, so he has 8 Vikings, 7 Liberators.
Look at this.
Well, he does have snipes in here to kind of hold off the ultras.
But I think what you need to do is you just go down as Zerg now.
Yeah, but you're mostly corruptors, right? So missile turrets are actually going to be very important here as well. Yeah, you need those missile turrets. Like corruptors, I guess technically can kill some missile turrets, but that's going to be not necessarily efficient.
All right. He might need to go for Banelings now. Take care of this ground.
Look at that, just wrecking these ultras. Who said ultras are good? Look at those ultras.
The only ultra that was good was that Mission Impossible ultra earlier that actually managed to dodge like 14 Liberators trying to hit him, and then assassinated the SCV making the command center. It was the most epic thing I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, all the air here of Terran. It's going to have to fight against these corruptors eventually.
He's actually going to chase him into Zerg's territory.
Oh, look at this. He chases him over the turret.
He's like, I don't care!
This was his real chance here. Those turrets dealing lots of damage, but Dark has too much.
Yeah. This is sick. Okay. Kind of crazy here. It is 135 to 99 supply. The bank amount is starting to...
it's dwindling.
It's starting to dwindle. It's no longer into that comical zone that Dark had it at before, where it's like
12K.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy game. This is a treat. We really never get to see games like this.
Yeah. Definitely has a different feel, a different tempo to it.
Yeah.
So basically, the bottom left side of the map is actually mined out. There's some production that Zerg can get to punish, but...
Dark has secured one more base. Like, TY keeps trying to take this and has mined some, but Dark has been able to mine more minerals overall this game.
Well, it's also important to note, bottom center has been under Zerg's control. It hasn't really been contested this game, where as top center, I don't think Terran's ever going to get control of that.
Maybe not, but, you know, as he keeps going into air, we don't... Like, the Ultras and Lynx, for instance, not shoot up. So, if air is completely dominating Terran, he can still win this. Use strangles and then slowly but surely kind of kill off the Ultras and Lynx. I mean,
well, he's losing this.
I think he's going to take it. Yeah, TY, I don't think he should be leaving the game yet. I think that he needs to at least see if he can wipe the air army like really strongly.
Zerg has not been tampered with in the bottom right for most of this game. Pretty quick. And Zerg is basically taking all the expansions on his side of the map.
This is one of the that I've seen. 32 minutes already.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
That's real minutes.
Every base have been mined from this point in time.
Yeah. All right, well, looks like these Ultras and Lings are just plowing through everything. You have a lot of Corruptors coming out as well. And here we go. He's bringing up those Liberators. Can he wipe all the Corruptors out? That's exactly what he needs to do. Queen's coming as well.
Yep.
They're going to add their 2 cents.
Okay,
and,
so
Dark is almost not mining anymore. So look at this. When you actually,
this is
like,
so sick.
Dark is up about 30 army supply, but that is in ground units that don't add into the equation against the air. So again, if TY can kill all the air, he can actually still win this game.
That would be so
And that's the last base that matters right there. So that could be a place that is highly contended. In fact, look at this. Here we go. The Banshees are going. He knew the Banshees were going. Here for TY.
Does he have infestors with that army?
I didn't see any infestors, but I know he has a few Vipers out. Right? I'd love to see the unit tab. The unit tab would be fantastic.
coming up now. The center left, Liberation Zone set up. Obviously, Zerg just runs away from that.
Oh, better lift that off. All right, there is a Viper. Like, that's really sloppy to be losing a Viper right now. Like, he only has 7. Not a 40 losing Vipers.
By the way, Tosis.
Yes.
26 gas for Terran. There is no more air units in the game. TY has to win one battle and then take out the top center.
He has to win one battle. He has to keep the Banshees alive, too. He can't just throw those away. Like, those are his chance to actually kill Zerg. Don't forget, Liberators can never hit buildings unless they're floating.
He's going to push with Spore Crawlers.
That makes sense. All right, he's forcing everything to come up here. He has the Ghost here as well.
Oh! Every unit counts, guys.
Yep.
Every unit is a beautiful and unique snowflake.
Well, I mean, except for like these 30 Liberators that are all the same unit, but
yeah. At least for Zerg, they're very special.
Oh man, he gets the Viper. That's a big one.
Take out this base. It looks like.
In fact, it's a pretty big deal. And here we go. This is the air battle to end all air battles. Parasitic Bomb going down. He's got to really split that out. It's dealing a ton of splash damage to his army.
But is there too much here? The Terran Air seems to be pretty dominating.
Oh, the Queen's coming up as well. But it looks like this time.
Oh my God! Can he actually do this? Well, we're gonna have to talk about Nuke. Oh, run!
Well, the hatchery will live.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good way to defend that. Yeah, the economies here are so low. 26 gas. What is he even going to build with those minerals? It's 300 minerals like some marines. All right, more parasites coming out. That is so important right now.
He's got to split hard.
Yeah, the Queen's coming over as well. Sky Terran. Strong, dark around it very, very well. That came down literally to the very end, the very last few units there. So evenly matched these two are.
So cool. The map was basically entirely mined out. You know, TY had like a better army, but Dark from an ultimately.
By the way, that game was very fatiguing. That was like as long as the series of versus
I think so.
There's a possibility that we have a very mentally fatigued player going to the finals after
There's
this.
a chance we have mentally fatigued casters, man. It's going to be a long day today, Toast.
We have mentally something casters every time, so.